Good morning, YouTube. Jeep and Bubba here, and we're at Beasley Knob. Now, we've been here before, made a couple videos, and we're right here at the entrance, but today I want to do something special. I want to do a video called Why. Imagine that there's a 3 or 4 year old with us, and we're doing stuff, and they're going, why? I mean, you've heard that before. If you've ever been around a kid, they ask a lot of whys. So I was kind of thinking, why don't we do the whys of off-road? And, well, I'm about to air down, and the reason why is that we need a better footprint. It's going to give us a bigger footprint. It's going to give us more traction. It's going to give us a little softer ride. So we're going to air down, safer for the tires. So I'm going to go down to about 20 PSI. That should be optimal for today. Any lower than that, we'll be losing ground clearance that we don't want to. But we would gain some more traction. But I'm going to go to 20 PSI. That's the why. Let's get to it. Next why is, why do you disconnect your sway bars? Well, that's what we did right there. We disconnected. That's going to let us have a lot more articulation today. And I'll show you what that looks like on the trail here shortly. So this is why you want a winch. And this is why you want friends. You want friends out there wheeling with you in case you need to run your winch line, which I've done. And Nathan's got a winch. It's super sloppy. He wasn't getting good traction. So now he's going to winch up this hill. No problem. The other thing you're going to want, and I'll show you once he's done winching, is a tree saver, which we're using, and some sort of shackle. Show him how it's done, Nathan. Tighten that winch. Looking good, Nathan. Point those tires driver. Now work on passenger. Passenger. Just about clear. Alright, I'll unhook you. Alright, so this is our tree saver, and why you want this is it's good for the tree, it's good for your rope. If you double your rope around the tree, you're going to break your rope and you're going to hurt that tree. So tree saver is good for that. There's our soft shackle right there, and we're using that because that hook will not fit around those two loops. So that's a safe way to do it. And Nathan's got the winch to get him up. The other why is, well, why do you bring that tablet? Well, it's our navigation. This is Gaia GPS using offline maps. No service is being used, and that's our location. And that's the loop that we're riding on today. That's Beasley Knob. So that's going to help navigate me around and kind of let me know where everything is. That's why we bring it, so we don't get lost. And even with it, we still get lost. And we can also use it to save points, like to say where campsites are and stuff like that. So that's why we use that. What's that? Why do you bring a radio? Well, this is a Bofang radio. You can get all kind of different versions of this race radio. It's a GMRS FRS radio, and we have it tuned.
All right, Johnny's putting his winch line up, and then Kyle and y'all, I left you my strap and shackle.
So this is used.
Man, we're gonna let Kyle give it a go, and then we'll see where it gets from there.
So this is used to communicate on the trail, and it's got quite a good distance of travel.
Yeah,
so,
we may end up hitting the bypass and going meeting y'all up there.
It's really good to have this. So
probably a good call.
Yeah, it's the way to go. So we use these radios to communicate. GMRS, FRS radio. There's a Bofang, got on Amazon. You can get race radios. But why we have these is so we can communicate back and forth. There's a lot of great examples of why you'd want this. A couple of miles apart, and we're still able to communicate. That's what's awesome. All right, it's a little bit of a slick day out here at Beasley. I'm trail leader, and I got a little bit ahead of the guys. There's some guys trying to winch up a hill right now. So I'm going to show you some whys, some of the stuff I bring, and I'll tell you why I bring it. All right, Arctic cooler. Now, you can bring any kind of cooler you want, and I actually have a fridge-freezer combo that I bring sometimes. But I like this soft-sided one because it can just get thrown around, bounce around. It's lightweight. And the reason I bring it is I like to have extra water, extra refreshments, and I bring my lunch, okay? So that's nice to have, and I always bring a little extra in case somebody else is hungry or in case we get stuck out for a little while. Next is recovery gear. Always got to have some recovery gear. So we got our soft shackle. That could be used just like a D-ring. We've got our tree saver. This is a pretty long tree saver. It can be used as a snatch strap, but also in our bag, I have a shorter tree saver, and also can be used as a winch extension as well, right? And then I have a Cobra, just a master pull kinetic rope. So this is a 30-foot rope, and that's used to snatch people out of holes. It's safer than using a flat strap. And then I got a couple other things like D-rings And I got these worn hyperlinks. So I got a couple different things in case we need to do some recovery. But the why is, today, like on a day like today, we're running into stuff where you're gonna need some recovery gear. That's why you're gonna need to get your buddies and your friends and anybody else up the hills and out of trouble. Bag of ducks. I don't know why we bring these, but I don't know why this is a trend. But sure enough, we duck people. So there you go. One of the most important things in our toolkit: zip ties. I always bring lots of zip ties. This is another recovery kit. It's just an extra strap and some gloves. Also like to bring a glove just in case. And a lighter. I know this stuff's kind of randomly thrown in here, but it's smart. A lighter in case you gotta make a fire. In this bag, I have all my toiletries. So there's a shovel. That's one, you know, if you need to dig a latrine. And then there's baby wipes and toilet paper. So that's always in here. And yeah, fire extinguisher. And it's on a quick release. So you just pull this tab right here. And boom, you're able to pull that out, and sometimes it happens. And then I keep a hatchet, bungee cord, my winch remote, first aid kit, even keep a limb saw, which is good to clear little limbs on the trail. First aid kit's always great. Little hatchet. I got this hatchet because I like it has a hammer on the back. I use that on my sway bar disconnects, winch remote, and also I have a power inverter should I need to charge any of my camera gear or whatever, something like that. We got a table on the back for making sandwiches if we do need that. Hopefully we won't need it today, but we do have an awning on the side. That's nice if it's raining or eating lunch or you got to do some wrenching on the trail. You can give a little shade or rain protection.
Is it in, or do I need to pull forward a little bit?
Next thing is, I got some traction mats. All right.
Just make sure you get out of the way, and I'll pull here in a second. Just let me know. You good?
Now the thing is, I don't know why I bring these traction mats because we never use them. But there may be a case today where we use them. I typically only use them when I have a rooftop tent with me. I use it to level off the trailer or my Jeep, whatever I'm sleeping on top of. It's helpful for that. We had a guy slide off in a ditch one day, and we used it to kind of point his tires, give him a little more traction as he's coming out. But I've literally used them for those couple instances. Hardly ever pull those things off. But winch and snatch straps are number 1 and 2 recovery thing that we use. But, you know, it might come in handy someday. So I bring them on these trips like this. So the guys look like they're just about up the hills. Comms are working good. This is why we have the radios. We hear that they're coming up the hills. So we're going to go ahead and hop in the Jeep and get ready for them. There's something going. Here's another why: snatch strap. You can use it as a brake. Our buddy up there lost brakes today, and I'm using my Jeep as his brakes. Also, a great thing to bring, a why, it's a buddy. Bring a buddy so you can get off the trail. I probably shouldn't be filming this, so I'm gonna quit. But yeah, we're using a snatch strap. I'm being his brakes, and we are working our way down this trail and using the radio to communicate. And that's why you bring this kind of equipment. That's why you have recovery points. That's why you have friends. And, you know, we get off the trail, everything works out good. Okay, we made it to the end of the trail, and I'm going to show you a few things else you may want to bring. And I'll tell you why. Spare clothes and a towel. Look how dirty these are. That's the why. You don't want to drive home in that. You might want to stop and get something to eat. So, fresh duds, always nice. We didn't need it today, but I always bring ARB tire puncture kit. Why? You might get something random in your tire, and this is the best way to fix it. Nice and easy. Tool roll. Brought a tool roll today. Didn't need it, but when you don't have it, you're gonna end up needing it. That's for sure. The other thing is, we brought, I'm gonna walk around this side, an air compressor. Just a small one, hooks up to the battery, but we aired down to 20, and I wanted to get it back up to about 29, 30. So, air compressor. Cheap, 50, 60 bucks. Get you back home. I run about 28, 29, 30. So I got them all to 29, and that's great. So the idea of this video was whys. Why do you bring an air compressor? Why do you bring tools? Why do you bring a towel? Well, I'm sweating and I want to wipe off. But the why is to be prepared. You don't want to be on the trail and not prepared. And I'll be honest, this was a rough day on the trail. We had a lot of sloppy stuff going on, mechanical issues, and I'll say this, we needed a lot of our recovery gear, we needed our comms, a lot of stuff we brought, we needed. So if there's a little 4, 3-year-old, 2-year-old falling behind and said, why do you have that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? Because we're prepared and we know what we're doing, and that's what it's all about. So maybe you got some education out of this. We had a fun day on Beasley. Everybody made it out, not completely unscathed, but good enough that we'll get our stuff home and get it fixed and be back out on the trail in no time at all. So I'm Bubba. Hopefully there's an adventure in your future. Eat your prunes, and we'll be seeing you.